2014 has been a pretty incredible year for technology once again, and while big companies like Google, Facebook, Apple and Amazon may have dominated the headlines, there are a lot more interesting stories around trends such as wearables, cybersecurity and the changing smartphone market. In this Look Back at 2014 Year in Tech, we look at 5 of the most interesting stories from the last 12 months. At the beginning of 2014, the smartphone landscape was pretty stagnant. Samsung was dominant, Apple was boring, and everyone else was scraping by to get any traction at all. 12 months later and things are very different. Samsung's star is falling, with profits from the South Korean smartphone business dropping by a huge 31%, and phones like the Galaxy S5 and Galaxy Note 4 failing to inspire. Apple, with the iPhone 6 and iPhone 6 Plus, has embraced the big screen smartphone experience in a big way, and is on course to post its biggest ever quarterly sales. More interestingly, companies like Chinese smartphone maker Xiaomi are beginning to make their mark, promising high quality hardware at low prices, making the smartphone landscape much more interesting at the end of 2014 than it was at the beginning. "2014 was meant to be Google Glass's big year, but instead the pioneering wearable technology has been all but forgotten. While it is now available outside the US for the first time, interest has waned significantly and its future is now very uncertain. So Google Glass may have been a failure, but elsewhere wearable technology is exploding, with new fitness trackers, smart clothing and smartwatches launching so fast it's hard to keep up. The problem is none of them really want to do what you want quite yet. Fitness trackers don't track enough detail, and smartwatch battery life is terrible. Wearable technology might have gone big in 2014, but let's hope it'll get good in 2015. In many cases, new technologies only take off when Apple gets on board. And so, while contactless payment has been available on Android devices for several years now, 2014 was the year when contactless payments came to the fore with Apple Pay. Samsung is set to launch its contact payment solution soon, banks are embracing the technology at an increasing rate, and dozens of startups are building on this technology to offer contactless payment solutions. It seems as if 2014 is the year when paying for things with PIN codes and signatures has started to become obsolete. From leaking naked celebrity images online to stealing millions of credit card details from companies like Target and state-sponsored breaches, hackers, cybercriminals and cyberspies became front-page news in 2014. Malware became more sophisticated and criminals became smarter at targeting specific victims and companies, using social engineering tactics to trick people into giving them access to their systems. With the fallout from the Sony Pictures hack still ongoing, it looks like things are only going to get worse in 2015. Regulator crackdowns, black cab driver revolts, drivers being accused of rape, sabotaging competitors, unwarranted customer surveillance, misogyny and a rotten corporate culture. These are just some of the issues Uber faced in 2014, suggesting it should have been a terrible year for the taxi-sharing company. The reality? Uber has never been hotter. It has been valued at $40 billion and has just closed its latest round of funding, suspected to be as much as $600 million. It seems like no matter what problems the company encounters, it won't stop investors from giving it a lot of money.